Can you walk us through, like, step by step through the moment a production team says yes to adapting the book? And did that yes turn into a full project? Are there conversations happening at the same time?
Well, I guess what I could do is I could tell the story of how The Hate You Give came about. And I have to say, before I get into it, I have to warn you, this is not technically necessarily how it always happens. It can happen like this, but it's not necessarily how it always happens. So here's the story. I wrote The Hate You Give as it started out as a senior project in college, a short story, back in 2011. And a professor told me, because I kept adding to the short story, he was like, I just need a short story, not a novel. And he was like, maybe one day you could write it as a book. And I'm thinking, that would be cool, maybe. But I was kind of hesitant, for multiple reasons, specifically because of the lack of diversity in publishing, the lack of diversity in children's publishing, and so forth. But around 2015, 16, I decided, you know what? I want to become an author. This other project I've been trying to work on, I've gotten rejected over 300 times. I still remember that story. Maybe I can pick that back up. So I picked up that short story from college and I turned it into a full novel, wrote it myself while I was working at a church. I'd write during my lunch breaks. Whenever I had time, I'm sitting there at my laptop also writing.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get it done but I did that book within some months. And so then here comes the thing of, okay, well, you have a manuscript. Now, how do you go about getting published? I wanted to be published traditionally, meaning I wanted one of the big publishers in the US to have the rights to publish my book, to sign me as an author, to put my books in bookstores for me, to do all the marketing. I didn't want to be a self-published author. So I need a literary agent in order to in order to even have access to the big publishers. For them
Right.
to see my materials, they will only accept it through a literary agent. And well, here I am with this book about this 16-year-old girl who's the sole witness when her childhood best friend is killed by a cop. And I'm working on it during a time where folks are scared to say Black Lives Matter.
Right.
And there's a lot of controversy around those three words. So a literary agency held a Q&A session on Twitter, and agents were allowing authors, to ask any questions about the industry, things like that. So I said, look, I have this book. Here's what it's about. Do you think something like this could even get published? An agent responded. He was like, yeah, actually, I'd like to read that.
Okay.
So I sent it to him. He loved it. He signed me as a client.